Wow. Yeah, let's do it live. Welcome. This is Team Fortress TV. I'm Admirable, and tonight I am joined by the hottest newcaster in Europe. It's Max.
Good evening, Admirable. It is a pleasure to be here casting what should hopefully be one of the games of the season, Reason versus the almighty Epsilon.
Do you mean Epsilon eSports by Fragnet Networks?
That might be their full name.
Are they even still sponsored by them? I don't know. We got DavidTheWin doing the production, whispering in our ear. Oh, it gives me chills down my spine. The good kind of chills. And of course, this is ETF2L Season 22 powered by Saloon.tf, so you guys can get a bet on, maybe still. The betting looked pretty close when I checked earlier, but most people seem to be giving the edge to Reason. And I could believe that, because I took a look at logs.tf there, just to see how the warm-ups went. And I realised that Seb Barton, Numlocked, the king of rollouts, hadn't actually played a game of TF2, or at least there wasn't one recorded for him, since his last official 8 days ago. Do Epsilon even care, Max? That's what I want to know.
I think the question is, have they ever cared? I think they have a real reputation not PCWing and then having ultra-close officials. But they keep saying they're going to PCW, and I don't think they ever do. Just some slackers, really, I think, Admirable.
Yeah, I mean, context as well. Their last game was the one that they lost the map to TLR. Shockingly, I believe you casted that. That was like the first game I saw in a couple of weeks.
TLR versus Epsilon was not casted by me.
No?
No, Reason Lego was me.
I guess I'll have to talk about it then. But I did jump on and see the last part of it. And they actually ended up losing process 5-4 against TLR. But they did smash Viaduct 3-0, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. But the maps tonight are Process and Sunshine. And, historically, Epsilon kind of suck on Sunshine.
Yeah, you can kind of look at it, and they suck at Process too as well. I think the map advantage definitely in Reason's favor, which might be why some of the people are betting against Epsilon on Saloon.tf. I think. I mean, you could see it, any Nox team that's formed has never really been that good on Process. Even Reason themselves, when they were a Nox team, I-55 just got rolled. Like that was how we opened I-55. Was Europe getting trounced by the American superpowers?
Oh dear. Luckily, I wasn't there. I haven't even seen a single I-55 VOD yet. That's what a fraud I am. But
do you even care, Admirable? Jesus.
I'm gonna bring it back a little bit here. We're getting into detail. I want to talk rosters. We're gonna give you guys a delicious roster rundown, courtesy of Gentleman John's amazing stream stats. I'm in open report right now. Hopefully the magic is happening on stream. Boom! Playing Demo Man will be Numlocked. Nox on Medic, Tech on Pocket, Mike on Roamer, Shocky on Scout, and Flippy playing Scout, maybe a little bit of Sniper. Both maps definitely useful to have a Sniper. But looking, at the kind of little rankings there in the brackets, that shows you like where each class is placed amongst their peers. So you can see that Numlocked is currently the #1 demo man for kills, KD and KAD. Whilst he's only 3rd in damage, but you can see across the board here a high caliber of player until you get to the scouts of Epsilon. He kind of seemed to be underperforming this season. Shocky, I guess, the guy with the biggest reputation, perhaps hasn't delivered so far. And Flippy, maybe people don't expect him to have incredible stats as scout. He's more, infamous as a sniper.
Yeah, I think people are very much expecting Flippy to have a decent performance on Scout and then just sort of pop out on Sniper and get that 4K for stream, and then everyone goes crazy. But I think at I-55 he definitely proved he can hang with the best of them, having some exceptional games on Scout and not really relying on that Sniper crutch, as some people might think, that he needs to stay in Prem. But I think both Scouts on Epsilon are absolutely excellent. The stats may not show it, but playing against Shocky can be one of the most frustrating things. I know people who've rage quit just when they're playing against him because he just beasts on them so hard. I think the stats might just be one of those cases where they're not really telling the full story, because I think the full story, the Epsilon Scouts are two of the best in this season.
I was one of those players who rage quit.
We all have a tail.
I'm going to show you the Reason Gaming roster lineup here, and it's not 100% right because Zebasai is going to be playing for Ryzen. I don't know the reason why Ryzen isn't playing Reason, but I can tell you that kaidus is going to be playing Demoman, surprise, Permzilla on Medic, Captain on Pocket, Zebasai on Roamer, Hafficool, and Starkey on Scout. And apparently the reason that Zebasai is playing is because he is going to DreamHack Winter, and that's something we can talk about later when we have time to fill. But I'm worried the teams might be getting ready to start. But again, looking at these sort of ranks of the players compared to their peers, Captain currently the number one soldier. When you look at KD and KD, slightly behind on damage. But you see that Hafficool and Starkey are ranked higher on Scout than perhaps Flippy and Stefan are currently.
Yeah, that could be one of the difference makers. But if you look at it, like all of the players on Reason as well, really highly ranked. Captain number 1 and 2 subjects, kaidus all around second best. As usual, I guess, for him. Only winning, 2 seasons, I think, in total? Bless his cotton socks. But,
shots fired!
Yeah, what can I say? I've not won anything. But Permzilla as well, again, some really good stats on Medic. I think everyone on Reason is just an incredible player. I really like how they go together as well. And yeah, the scouts being standout. I think they could probably beat Flippy and Shocky in most situations. Rising and Stark are both, Huffy and Stark both extremely intelligent scouts. Like, just know what to do and when to do it, and know which fights to take and everything. You can just choose a player and beast on him. Zebasai instead of Rising, I think it's really good. Zeba's like a really good playmaker, and Reason can be a team that kind of plays slow sometimes, so like randomly Zebo can just, push across and get 5 kills or whatever Zebo does, and that's like makes huge room for Reason, especially with kaidus, who can consistently pump out like so much damage. Like, I think Zebo to Rising isn't that much of a difference, but it's pretty good change, I'd say. Especially, like, it kind of sucks that it's happening now, it's another Reason and another season, pardon me, and another change of players.
You've been saving that one for a while.
Oh yeah, you can tell I've been pumped to do this. I've been sitting here with my notepad all day, like, oh my god, what am I going to say?
Write me some zingers, boys.
Oh, I've got some saved later on, don't you worry, they're going to be coming out.
The main thing I'm taking away from that, Max, is that you are a Reason fanboy. Don't deny it.
Yes, I am. Reason are my homies. I've known some of the players for so long, and I'm praying to all the gods that have ever lived and ever will live that they win tonight. I'm going to be fully biased, Admirable, and I hope you are towards Epsi.
Damn straight. Epsilon are the kings of TF2. I don't care if they lost a map to some dribble team like TLR. Let's take a look at our last report. My favourite, the Mad Bar chart. It makes so much sense to me. But this gives you a little indication of what each player contributes to their team. It's kind of like percentage based, so you can see here, I know Zebasai doesn't feature, but like, say Mike delivers 22% of all the frags that Epsilon have gone in their officials so far this season. You can just see like the level of equality there, or that's 22% of the damage, in fact, sorry Mike. But the level of equality amongst the Epsilon roster, they all seem to be pulling their weight. Whilst over on the Reason side, you can see just like little peaks here. kaidus putting out the majority of the damage for his team, and they're playing off that. And then you see Stark. Stark has found 26.6% of all kills made by Reason players so far this season. He is the cleanup machine. He's a total assassin, and definitely one to watch. He plays with so little heals as well. It is going to be impressive to see if he can dismantle Epsilon, but I'm cheering for Epsilon. I'm pretty sure he can't, Max.
I do believe in Epsilon, and everyone's got to love him some Epsilon magic, but no, I think, especially with the given maps, Reason should take this, and the reason Stark has so many kills is because he's a genius. He knows exactly when to get behind, and he just knows how to delay and picks like smart 1v1s and always wins them. His DM is absolutely insane, definitely like one of the top scouts TF2 has to offer, in my opinion. And I could fanboy harder, but I think I'll talk about a different player in the name of Captain, the young warrior for Reason, one of their keenest players, always putting out some great stats and some great air shots for people who like to make frag movies. Captain is just insane in team fights. And, he's amazing. What more can I say? Everyone in chat, just say how amazing Captain is, please, because he's my hero, Admirable.
Notice as well how close Nox and Permzilla's stats are. I mean, if you look at the numbers closest at the end of the bars, those are the actual stats. So, like, Permzilla is putting up Nox numbers so far this season, and this perhaps will be the game that separates them. But Perm making his debut as Premiership medic here for Reason. Kind of a surprising choice, but definitely one that's been working out for them so far. I'm just going to take a look at the server to see that there are in fact 12 players on. So I've had enough of the stats, Max. Let's talk some trash.
Okay.
You say the Epsilon are bad at process, mate. I have no idea what you're talking about. These guys are the kings of process. If you just forget about the I-52 Grand Finals, I think they have invented a lot of the meta on process. Some of their pushes between third and second, like attack and fourth, are absolutely devastating. Stuff that they've been doing for season after season, and still people still haven't managed to figure out. I'm expecting them to smash it on process, but they might struggle on Sunshine.
I think the only thing that's going to get smashed is your prediction of all the maps Epsilon won during their absolute dominant reign. The one they did lose was Process. Come I-52, obviously, as you said, the grand final, and they were shown to just be weaker in there in general with most teams. And then again, like I said, with I-55, just Nox teams can't cut it on Process. I will stand by that word, but I guess I might be proven wrong today, as I've got word that we should be going live here soon, Admirable, and I think we're going to be in for a great game on the first map of CP Process.
It's going to be absolutely incredible, but I just want you to get your napkin ready, man, because you're going to have to eat those words. Epsilon, baby. Let's go, chat. Who do you think is going to win? If you think Epsilon are going to win, I want you to spam Ming Lee in Twitch chat. And if you think Raisin are going to win, I want you to spam Dan's game. Who's going to win? That's the face I think of whenever I think of Permzilla. Dan's game.
That works surprisingly well.
I'm going to type Ming Lee right now, Max.
Oh my god, I'm too scared to alt-tab out. This is cheating. You're skewing the results. Although it does look to be pretty even right now in Twitch chat. Although I say that as someone that doesn't know any of the modes. As we have gone live here at Admirable, would you like to take it away with the first middle?
This is it. It's game time, and I'm not going to watch Numlocked roll out. I'm going to see how fast kaidus is to middle. And he's going to sewer here. He's not even trying to hit that ramp slide. Go straight to sewer. Zebasai is already in the middle. He's taking his own med pack. And he's just trying to get information for his team. Neither team making any early plays. And now the pieces are in position. It's just very standoffish at the minute. Mike tries to jump over to the left-hand side, but it's Starkey who just streams across the point and kills off Numlocked. First blood to Raisin, but Starkey has to pay for it with his life. But we do see Epsilon just retreating there with their screaming demo man down. They've decided to take the fight on second instead, Max.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from Reason, as they do look to be pushing this through choke right now. They're making sure that they're taking as much ground as possible. They still have a bit of an uber advantage as well. Permzilla are ahead only by 20%. I think Reason know this, but as it starts to even out, they do wisely back out. But as I was saying on that mid, it was really nice. Like, Numlocked went down pretty quickly thanks to a really good rush by Stark, and Epsilon was just in their choke, so all of Reason took positions and just spammed them out and forced them on that second. Just really
Max,
solid play.
Who do you think is going to make the push here? Whose comms do you want to listen to?
I want to listen to Reason. I think it's definitely going to be on them.
I think they're all around the point, Zebo, no one in PC.
So he's going now. Zebo's gone.
Someone keep it on left.
Yeah, I'll do. Medic 80, he's a lot.
Hold close.
They have such little presence in PC, we should just, like, push through, take it, and then see what to do from there.
That's we're playing a little bit further back than that.
Oh, okay.
Spawning in 8.
No, I don't really like pushing
We're
PC
going to PC
even.
No, we don't have to push PC.
But they're pushing PC right now. Oh, sorry, they won't damn me.
I'm spawning 2.
Legs with him.
Scouts and choke. So, demo choke.
Solely PC.
Medic's PC.
Got a lot of damage.
He's down.
Nice.
Second
One
one,
Solely.
oh, dead.
100 Solely.
I'm gonna take this. Pump.
That's right. Just need to force. Oh.
Okay, just go back.
It's a bad Uber.
Demo
We
choke.
should be able to get
Getting
out.
out choke.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh dear. Couple of little errors there from Permzilla. First up, he didn't follow Captain in the PC and he got caught out by Mike, and then he doesn't pop his Uber in time, ends up dropping 2 players in the engagement, then he dies, doesn't even make it out. Permzilla!
Why is Condom fake nicking his Permzilla in this game? Admirable. A pretty bad series of events for a reason, as Epsilon take advantage of all of that to get onto the second point, but we do have Stark in the forward spawn here, peeking out, lines up his shot. Can he get anything? I hear a headshot, but I don't really know who that was onto. They know he's there now, and he's finally gone onto last, but no players lost for Epsilon there. And they do have a nice super advantage. I reckon they're just going to wait till they get this and take position in, I'm going to guess, a lobby Admirable.
They're working their way in, taking control of that right hand side. Shockey's going to be the guy just watching the flank there, but 5 players of Epsilon now setting up camp in this blue lobby, trying to decide what exactly they want to do, but I don't have to try and figure that out. We can just listen to the comms.
Focus in demo.
Focus sentry. Focus sentry.
Demo down.
Demo down. Focus sentry.
Focus sentry now, yeah.
Focus the point. Focus the point. Focus the point. Focus the point.
Taking it.
Take the point. Go for point.
I'm behind.
It's always
I'm
so weak on
upstairs. I'm upstairs.
Security.
Are you still fighting?
Yes. Nice.
Nice.
Oh man, I kept it.
Well played.
Yes.
You got it.
Wow, Nox clearly hyped for this game. If he just said those things like in fairly audible franglais, they may have understood or reacted quicker, but they did in fact make it work anyway. We're on to this second mid here. It is 1-0 Epsilon taking the lead on Process. My boys! I knew it, Max.
I guess you did. You might be the game sense master, but that's only the first round. That would be my argument as this one continues. Both teams sort of waiting to go in. Captain's going to be the first one diving in there. Get some really good damage onto Nox. He starts backing out from Choke. All of Epsilon really low. Both scouts down. This is going to be the mid fight for Reason, I think, right now. The question is, are they going to keep this going for a second? Looks like the scouts in onto Tech. Get some nice damage. Rockets missed. Is the rest of Reason going to come in? Or is Stark being baited right now? It doesn't matter. He manages to single-handedly force Epsilon all the way out into their last. Really nice play from the scout of Reason there, Admirable.
Yeah, Nox just took so much damage on that middle. The bombman took him to half, just the spam chipped away at him and he didn't look confident. Their position wasn't good, they decided to retreat. They couldn't get much done there, but now it's roles reversed as Epsilon are building a sentry here on the right hand side. And they are looking to hold up a big defense. Huntsman sniper from Shocky, he's popping off arrows towards the lobby there, but he can't seem to connect one just yet. He's going to rotate over to the right hand side. What can the Huntsman sniper do? He's charging up these arrows, but neither team finding a frag just yet.
EU gimmicks coming out in full force as Mike tries to jump ahead and get the force, but rolls the dice and it doesn't go in his favor. We do have Stark on the sniper here, going to try and take care of Epsilon's Uber as Reason still poised on their second. I think they're not really going to push off that Mike pick because it's, you know, Epsilon. You don't really want to take fights unless you're sure you're going to win them. Although kaidus does be looking to be poking that, excuse my English there, poking through the one area as it's commonly called, but he's getting spammed. He might have to back out. Shocky with that Huntsman trying to try his luck getting some shots in there, but kaidus not going to fall for it.
Just a real Mexican standoff here. Low risk plays being made by both teams, just trying to find these picks. Mike is going to catch Stark looking down the barrel of his gun slash scope there. Now he's going to move forward because he knows he can just trade here risk free. He's gone into PC, he's distracting Reason a little bit. Tech tries to jump forward, but his momentum is stunned just as he looks to launch there, and he ends up with a fairly catastrophic attempt to get onto Permzilla. Craters almost, but Mike is still behind, so there's only 4 players of Epsilon in front here. They do have that charge to buy time. Flippy's taking the sentry gun down momentarily, and he has switched off to Heavy. He's playing the Thomas Lab here. Zebusai is up above him. Shockey's going to try and chase down Zebu. Zebu's on less than half health here. He's just distracted him so long, but Shocky does eventually kill him up. Meanwhile, Reason rotate, push in through the right hand side. They're trying to stack everyone forward, but Captain is out of the range of the heals here. Permzilla's healing a fully buffed kaidus as Captain goes down. He's trying to retreat now. Only 3 players up here for Reason, and this is what Epsilon have been waiting for, a fairly clear advantage to push out on. kaidus is going to take a gamble, sticky in bottom left, giving himself the option for the pick or perhaps the back cap. He's walking in here, he's going to jump in onto Mike. kaidus versus Mike on last, but Flippy and Nox come back as well, and they cap Spire at the same time. Epsilon seem to have all the bases covered.
Yeah, absolutely great coordination from them there, just to bait Reason into them pretty much and have a way better Uber, like infinity times better, and just beat them out onto second. And kaidus was there for the back cap, Epsilon with a really nice rotation to beat that out. As they're pushing into middle right now, it looks like they're favouring that left side. Tech jumps up top on the crate, and as they're nearing their Uber, Reason wisely back out. They think they're going to wait for their own and force an Uber exchange. Spam not really favouring either team right now. Health pretty even as Epsilon, well, Numlock's been pretty aggressive and the rest of his team look like they're just sort of getting ready to hold, maybe wind the clock down. Reason look like they're not in any mood to push, although Epsilon are the ones who are one round up Admirable.
These guys are gonna want to push. Let's see what Nox is thinking right now.
Bob's good. Let's try to kill him. On the right side, let's go in now.
One.
I'm
sorry.
at choke still, I'm at choke still.
I'm in choke with
Back up.
took 40.
Maneuver. Come, yeah.
I'm
Mikey.
not with you.
Okay,
Chakra choke, me and Chakra choke.
I fake push mono,
Okay,
I fake push
I'm
mono,
focused
Mike,
well.
and I
Oh,
back.
okay.
Push under Mike for them maybe. Push under, it's better. Fake push with Mike, okay?
Fake
I'm
push.
backing.
This is,
Yeah, fake push, don't push.
Yeah, I
It's
got
fine.
that.
It's fine,
Right on the point.
Be cool now.
They're coming choke.
Yeah, they're coming choke soon.
Scout confused.
Are we staying close?
No. Take a
So
ground,
okay,
stay back, take a ground.
Sorry, please.
Take a
Focus
ground,
fully
sure.
soaked. Focus
I'm
fully
back,
soaked.
I'm
Damn it.
careful.
take a ground, stay back in
now.
then.
I'm gonna watch left.
Warning.
Damage pushing point, damage took 100, damage become point. I need you good.
Please.
Damage as well.
Wow.
I think we lost some ground there.
Still full HP.
We have
I'm
bad.
backing.
Let's back out, let's back out.
More jump me.
Damage choke.
We still have BNC soldier on PC.
Just go back.
Let's
go
go
back.
middle.
I'm spawning in fire.
Demo, where's Demo? Do you see
Jump
him?
He's out.
Jump away.
Heal up, everyone.
Get back. Nice.
Let's get back group up.
Reason are gonna continue to pressure forward here. They know that Shoki's just spawned, so they have a temporary man advantage. And it's gonna be Zebasai bombing forward in onto Nox, but they've lost kaidus as well now. Reason actually
huge
putting
fight from
3 up.
Numlocked. Taking down Hafficool there as the rest of Epsilon push down, 3 down for a Reason. Sorry for cutting you off there, but Numlocked playing really well there, pushing Reason all the way out into their second stock, and Permzilla is the only one alive, but Mike's going to make sure it doesn't stay that way as he's fighting stock in the sewers. Goes really low, but both players back up, and that's going to be a mid secured for Epsilon, excuse me. A really solid push there, just sort of waiting. Although the Uber advantage is swung heavily thanks to the power of Zebasai taking Nox early down in that fight, and Reason are just going to instantly take back middle. Admirable.
You never have to apologise to me, Max. This is a battle for the microphone. There is no love lost right here. It's Epsilon versus Reason. I'm cheering for Epsilon, you're cheering for Reason. If you see something, man, you call it out. But right now, I see Reason coming in from lower. They had this Uber advantage, but they managed to gain so much ground. No one was watching the PC's angle there from Epsilon. So Reason managed to work their way forward, kill off Nox, but they are actually 2 players down, and again it's kaidus and Zebasai. Mo's getting a case of deja vu here. Shoki coming in from behind is going to cut off the retreat as he cuts Permzilla off at the knees. Captain and Starkey going down. Shoki is on a rampage right now. Flippy is making a meal of this 1v1 with Hafficool. He does go for the kit, but just ends up reloading it and killing off the Icelandic scout. But kaidus and Zebo are back on the field, and that was a wipe coming in. Reason going 6 down there temporarily.
Yeah, I think Flippy and Shocky might have been butchers in their previous life because they were having a special deal on meat shots right there. Shocky just running in behind and killing half of Reason, and Flippy winning a 1v1 with Hafficool behind just to secure the fight. As Mike is pretty aggressive in the PC area, hiding, hoping someone baits him in, but Reason not falling for his shenanigans. However, they are pushing in through that choke onto middle, taking some high ground, doing some spam. Epsilon look like they're not going to be giving it up too easily. Still in this fight, Reason swarm over the point like a horde. Tech gets knocked out by a really nice rocket there. Nox kind of weak in that PC area, and Flippy out of the fight as well. The health not looking too good. Zebasai down for Reason. That's Epsilon's solace of this fight, and as well they do have the Uber advantage as they all start taking massive amounts of damage, going really low. Nox down, the heal advantage definitely for Reason. I think they're just going to back up and wait till they get their Uber before they commit for a proper fight. Admirable.
Yeah, they have assassinated the medic, the caller of Epsilon. Rest in peace, Nox. And Numlock's going in, but he's kind of distracted for Tech. Tech, the main threat here, is actually going to go in and kill off Zebasai. And Mike follows up with this, and they get the force out after all that hard work from Reason. They end up giving away a kind of soft force, but they seem to be happy with that. Long spawns coming in here for Flippy and Mike, so going to be a significant man advantage for Reason as they move forward. It's pretty much equal Ubers with Nox just coming back on the field. And Reason are looking to maul Epsilon here on middle. Numlocked going to get focused down with the kaidus captain, 1-2 punch. And they're going to leave Starkey to cap. They're thinking of pushing forward already through choke here, and it wouldn't be the worst decision. But they're kind of nervous. I don't know, big game nerves here. Headshot from Flippy. Going to put an end to that push. Mike tries to come in, but Hafficool and Captain crushing that attempt from Mike to get in onto Permzilla. But Shocky is now going to separate the heals here. As Captain goes forward, the follow-up is delayed. buying time for Flippy to ring off another headshot. Epsilon look like they're going to hold on here, and they're starting to move forward. Permzilla has escaped through PC with Hafficool, but Reason again coming up with nothing, man.
Yeah, Flippy and Tech just kind of went super ham right there, full pig, and just got 4 of 4 kills, forcing Reason all the way back to their second again. Only 17 minutes on the clock here, Epsilon 1-0, it's not starting to look good for Reason. I think I might be the biggest idiot ever as kaidus gets headshot again by Flippy. Oh my god, they're on fire right now, hitting all of his headshots. Hafficool really far forward, going low, and not really getting anything else for it. Should be going down any second now. There we go, Tech cleans him up with the shotgun. Even Ubers right now, it looks like they should be going in, although Stark is actually on that middle, distracting all of them. Getting Shocky down really low and killing him. He's going to get onto Flippy the sniper and gets him down as well. Oh my god, Stark not being outdone. A little butcher's boy himself. He's not done yet. Super bloodthirsty. Sees Numlocked. Oh, nice pipe there to save his life. And proving to Stark who's the better player. Although Reason do Uber in here, Admirable.
Doesn't look like a good trade. Captain is trying to jump out. He gets juggled skyward there. Permzilla just about surviving on 60 health there after a kind of a very touch and go Uber exchange. Epsilon have earned themselves 2 frags. Captain and Hafficool both going down. Tech's jumping in, trying to get behind here. Turns around, but kaidus doing a great job of denying the main Epsilon force from passing through choke here. His teammates have been able to clean up that Tech threat, and Epsilon have just been absolutely obliterated. Permzilla goes down throughout that. Nox is trying to escape here. Respawn's coming in 1 second. Tech and Numlocked will be able to save Nox, and Reason seem like they don't want to give chase. Only Zebasai is moving forward now through PC, but he's just about to show himself. Zebo coming in onto Nox. His first rocket isn't great. He's looking for the air shot, but can't connect it. And Reason just taking middle there. Aren't able to get that med pick. It's still an advantage situation here for Epsilon as they move in now, Max.
Yeah, but Epsilon realized that with 1 number down and a slight Uber advantage, the Reason aren't really in any position to have this midpoint, and they're just going to take it straight back. Really solid play for Reason, but in the end it just lands them right back where they started, like a choose your own adventure book. They just flipped to the wrong page, and they're back where they begun. It's really starting to look good for them again. Time is still ticking down on 15 minutes left, and a nice Uber advantage for Epsilon. I think they're probably just going to wait till they have it and try to get in. I think someone from Reason, either Stark or Zebasai, might be trying to get a play or a force going on any second now. Looks like he's in PC taking a little fight with Mike, but it probably won't go anywhere. Although the aggression is starting to come out now as the Uber comes up for Epsilon through that choke over the stick. Kaidus not going to dare, going to wait for something better. Although Reason are just starting to back out and give Epsilon a lot of ground here, pretty much starting to walk in. Zebasai gets some really good spam, trying to force Epsilon back, but it just nothing comes from it. Reason are going to have to take this fight eventually tomorrow.
Yeah, they managed to buy themselves enough time to get their Uber charge up, but they didn't actually seem like they wanted to take the fight on second. They're going to go back to last, and I guess that's the smart play, the long-term play. Much easier to take a fight when you're defending your own last, a higher rate of success there. But at the same time, if Epsilon want to, they can just hold. They can sit outside and sit on that 1-0 lead for 14 minutes. That is definitely possible, but we do see an off class here from Stark. He's going to play sniper and try and open things up for his team. He's not sure if he wants to look lower or upper, but he sees a sticky coming in and tries to get that headshot onto Numlocked, but ends up turning his attention onto Mike. Domes him, now he's looking crossfield at Flippy, but Flippy guns down kaidus. Big demo man pick there. That's a huge trade for Flippy. Now he has the opportunity to off class as well, but even now Epsilon seem like they don't want to push at all.
Yeah, I think it's kind of smart just waiting to go in. Oh no, we're very wrong. Mike jumping straight into all of Reason right there, but they give him a reason to get the hell out, doing a bunch of damage with all the heavies stacked on that side. Uber's still not coming into play. I think Reason are going to try and keep picking, try and hope that Stark gets a pick eventually. While Epsilon, I don't know, either going to try and get some soldier trade going on here. Mike getting really good damage to that lobby, although it does go down to Stark. Reason might have to push on this. The time is definitely not in their favor. Epsilon are actually leading 1-0. I think it looks like they're getting ready to push through the lobby, or no, or yes they are. Stuck very aggressive. Gonna try and peek onto someone as Zebasai jumps all the way behind, manages to get on the medic, gets some good damage going, but ultimately dies, and looks like Reason are just gonna stay on the last scene as that push pretty much failed.
Yeah, Nox down as low as 47 health there, but that was just the solo bomb there from Zebasai. But now Flippy has respawned as sniper, so we're going to see a scoped duel here. Flippy versus Stark. Flippy's working his way towards the lobby, and in fact Stark's already kind of looking to that right hand side where Flippy might choose to go, but any pick is good right now. Flippy doesn't have to be looking for medic headshots. but it's actually Stark who's going to find the pick onto Numlocked there, and Epsilon will be reluctant to push without their demo man. You see them backing off already. But with the player down, Reason can easily afford to throw someone in here, and that's going to be Zebasai jumping up from the low ground. He got lots of damage onto Nox previously, but this time doesn't land even a single point of damage onto him. Nox is looking strong there as they continue to maintain their 1 round lead. In control of CP4, just chilling. It's cool.
Yeah, I think I figured out Epsilon's strat here is if we're really bad at pushing last, then let's just not push last. While we have the round lead, we can just constantly bait Reason forward and take really easy fights that favor us. But I think that's ultimately going to end up being Epsilon's plan, or if they're not really that lame, they're going to start pushing anytime soon now. I mean, both Ubers have been had here for like an eternity, and neither has been brought into play. All of Epsilon in this lobby area. Mike jumping in, getting some nice damage, but ultimately getting taken down. Let's see how long it takes Epsilon to leave right back onto second. Oh, look at that. It was only 2 seconds, Admirable.
I just want to, you know, think a little bit about what's going on here. Stark trying to peek from lower there, a sniper for a crazy, ridiculous shot, but it's currently kaidus spamming the loose cannon there, looking for an optimistic double dunk onto Nox. But I mean, Reason are the team who kind of pride themselves in being like well drilled, super methodical. They love to play when they're in front and just, you know, dictate the pace, but right now they are around down and they have to make this really unenviable play of pushing out from last against Epsilon, who are just sitting waiting here with Flippy on sniper. And like, they really do have to try and take some risks. At some point, there's still 10 minutes left here, but in the next, you know, 120 seconds, they have to try and make something happen, I feel like. Even if they lose around quickly, they can get themselves back into the game, but if they just sit back here and allow Epsilon to control the pace and kind of put this stranglehold on them, it might just be their demise.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like, the longer they wait, the less the situation favors them. I mean, yeah, you're right, they have the Uber, they could try and just YOLO push into them at the very worst. They'll be around down, sure, but they can always come back in. Actually, Permzilla going really low, taking some rockets, he shouldn't have been there. But Epsilon not going to push off that great damage, although Stark does get that headshot onto Flippy. This might be the hoorah that Reason needed to try and do something or anything. Oh, there we go, Zebasai on Spy. He would have just gets taken down, though. Bless his heart, he's trying his hardest. Looks like Huffy wanted to try something, but nope. Just Epsilon claiming they're the kings of the Spy. I mean, you have Mike, why would you not hold the Spire, am I right?
Exactly. This is going to be like a really low damaging, low fragging game when we look at the logs later, but I mean, there's just so little commitment from either team. Super low risk plays. Really trying to find that single pick to then, you know, work on. Flippy's now playing Spy. He's actually found his way in behind onto kaidus with the first stab, but finds the second. He's gone invisible again. He's going up top. He has the Ambassador as an option as well, but he's distracting at least Starkey here. He was playing sniper, but Epsilon lost 2 with Mike going down and then Flippy, so they didn't want to push off that demo man pick, but that's the right idea, you know, from Epsilon.
Yeah, Zebasai jumps in again, tries to get onto Nox, gets him really low, actually gets the force! Oh my god, finally Zebasai's my hero, something's gonna happen this match, as Epsilon are gonna try and take this onto no, they're just gonna have the entire Uber out on second. Meanwhile, Mike on Spy gonna go all the way onto the last point, gonna hide, and Reason is starting to push out right now. I think Mike has picked his time excellently, he's gonna get on the point and declick, there's no one here to stop him. Is anyone gonna be back in time? Yes, Zebasai takes him down with 2 easy rockets.
Oh, he could have either capped sooner or waited a little bit longer, but that play was almost inspired. But meanwhile, Epsilon end up losing 2 more on second. They did get the force out, at least. Permzilla had to pop during that push, so Nox is sitting with an advantage, but Reason can breathe easy. They're out of their own last. They're already on to the mid here. 8 minutes left on the clock. They're going to be feeling a lot more confident now. A sigh of relief has been breathed. I want to hear what exactly they're thinking. What's the haps on the old
I think
Reason
I'm on
comms?
PC, I don't see him choke.
I'm playing about there's call for me.
80, right, they have it for sure.
I don't see it. Oh, they're at choke.
90. We
Probably
can go it again if you want now. 95.
Yeah, let's go close.
Yeah, I'm gonna land you. They're pushing PC, 4 of them.
I'm with you guys. Scouts into us.
Yeah, demo.
They're not coming.
Took a lot of damage.
Demo moving in choke. Sorry, I go.
I control that
Go for
demo.
demo.
I have to control PC still.
So he's bombing in, right?
Come to 70.
So
Scouting
weak.
from
They
2
went
and
down.
help.
I'm dead.
Guy just ran up.
I
You
used-
took 110.
We lost 2.
Cost
my
20
God.
in sewer.
No
I'm
choice
coming
but
with
to
us
leave.
through.
We have to leave.
I'm spawning in, coming in.
Okay, we'll try and take it when you spawn, I guess.
Buff.
Or we'll,
I'll go PC.
tell me when you're in. Wait, when you're going. I'll try and help you.
I'm ready now.
Okay, go.
Nah, there's nothing we can do.
21.
Nothing we can do. Back up.
I spawned.
Found decent damage, but yeah.
That did not work out for Reason. It should have been a lot easier for them to hold there. I mean, Stark died, but in dying he got so much information that there was 4 people coming PC. The spam was good, but again, the 2 soldiers died. Like, Permzilla's sitting on the point healing kaidus, whilst Captain and Zebo are the guys taking the damage. I mean, I feel maybe it's just where they were fighting from was awkward, but like, can he do more to help the soldiers there? Even if he ends up Ubering, it's an Uber trade on middle, whatever, but
Yeah,
I don't
it's a trade they might have to take as well, as they're still a round down. I mean, it might show that Reason are a little bit off today, and like they knew exactly what Epsilon were going to do, and it still just worked out really well for them. I think Stark might have summed it up in the end there. There's just nothing we can do. Epsilon looked to be super strong today. I think I might have to flip my hat and just be an Epsi supporter for the rest of this game, just so I don't sound so sad. So, Reason do look like they're going to try and start pushing in to make something happen, but already just taking a lot of damage and second guessing themselves. But someone who isn't is Zebasai rocket jumping all the way in and just gets killed by Flippy, and then Reason already running away. Just, we can't do this. Bless them.
sorry Max, there's no room on my bandwagon. You're going to be a Reason supporter for the next 60 minutes. Currently, Reason are facing the pressure here from Epsilon as we see Mike kind of jumping in to distract to the left hand side, but Tech's going to be able to go forward and force out Permzilla as kaidus again was looking to go forward and deny the main Epsilon threat there. But now, after the Uber is just about faded from Permzilla, we're going to see Epsilon unleashed as Mike and Numlocked push forward through choke, but they just don't fancy it with Tech going down there. They're at a man disadvantage. They know even though they can get forward a little bit with that Uber, they will end up being outnumbered. And Nox is juking around here on the point. He's down at like 20 health as he survives the Zebasai bomb and a little tickle with a sticky from kaidus there, but Reason coming up trumps there. kaidus setting that whole play up, but just by keeping Epsilon back in the first place and allowing them to get that frag onto Tech, but now Reason are just bringing it to Epsilon.
Just double jumps off the wall and takes down Numlock. Nox going down as well there to Hafficool. Tech the only one alive right now. Starkey finishes him off. There should definitely be a second cap, and this is the best position Reason have been in. Just as I doubt them, they show me what's up. Reason boys, I love you, Shocky and that sniper. They keep pushing in through this rollout. All the momentum's on their side. Spawn is still not fully up for Epsilon. Only the sentry is their main damage source to defend right now. Stark does actually go down to Flippy on Engineer. Uber pop from Reason right now. They're going to try and spread all this damage. Good cap time already, but the point is being blocked by Epsilon's bodies. Their health is really low. Just Reason, all they have to do is focus their targets. They do find some picks right now. Permzilla gonna go down, heals down for Reason, but they do have the numbers advantage, and they may not have HPS, but they definitely have all the HP. And 1-1 Reason put themselves on the scoreboard here, Admirable. We have a game.
4 minutes remaining. The third middle about to be played. Reason with the momentum all in their favour. kaidus is going fast here. He's picked up his own kit and he's looking to push to the left hand side, trying to tag a scout or Numlocked as they come through choke, but Epsilon have been denied entry to middle. The double dunks are coming out here. The loose cannon looking for a target, but not that much damage being done to Epsilon. The team health does slightly favour Reason here, but yo, Captain with the air shot onto Shocky there, close range. Tech gonna go down as well. Numlocked, rest in peace. Reason look rampant here. They're trying to give chase. Mike and Flippy looking to stop the tide here. Flippy's been isolated in a one-on-one. kaidus is trying to finish him off there, and in fact does end up cratering him. Hafficool runs all the way to last, beasts Mike, and then finishes off Nox. That was a wipe on mid. Reason coming out strong here.
Yeah, off the back of a great bomb by Captain, getting a nice air shot and then just doing about 1 trillion damage. All of Epsilon get pushed back, and Icelandic Wonderboy Hafficool himself just runs to last and beasts the remainder of their forces and sets them up for a really nice last push. But we do have Shocky on Spy looking to pretty much negate all of that greatness that we just saw. Let me see if I can click fast enough to find where he is. Oh nope, I can't because he's dead. I guess I'm way too slow. Mike in this rollout gonna try and do something, but Reason already pushing in. Their Ubers are used right now. They're getting some good position here. Gonna focus the point. Heavy up, they need to focus them down, although they have killed both soldiers. Pretty much no spam for Epsilon right now. Numlock's trying his hardest to deal the outpush. The Heavy finally goes down. Everyone's just gonna stack on this point ×4, and it's another cap. A Reason just straight away. They've realized what they need to do. And I have a reason to believe again, Admirable. 2-1. Choo-choo, our hype train is running.
Yeah, singing when you're winning, mate. Epsilon, what is your plan on
Please
middle?
take the high ground, everyone. If we get the high ground on that map, we won the middle. So take the high ground.
Soldier aggressive right side behind us. They're gonna push left.
Not watching behind.
Just take the high
We're
ground.
pushing them. Soldier aggressive right side.
Conrad,
Second soldier behind us.
don't jump in.
Them down.
Where are we?
Oh, it's 90 right side.
Back out,
Pulling
back
out.
out. Push.
Let's push. We need to push fast now. One squad cap, go.
Pushing PC. I'm going. Okay. I'm gonna go PC. I don't know if block. I'm going choke.
You okay? Are they blocking?
No, we're
We
going.
need to exchange Uber now, when Mike is there. When Mike is there, we need to exchange Uber.
Sniper and
You should do it now with someone.
Can we go
Yeah,
lobby?
let's go it now. Try
Let's
Uber.
go
No, from
over
there.
to-
No, tech.
Okay,
Don't go
okay,
there.
let's go
Go
straight.
for lobby. Go for lobby now. Uber, just for them back.
Okay.
I used. They're ready to push
I'm
back on
sticking
the
it
far.
behind him, sticking
Step
it
up.
behind you.
They're ready to push back on the
I'm
far right.
backing.
Come on the far right already.
Okay,
Come on
come
the
far
far
I'm
right.
backing on 2.
You got Max is
Stuck
down, he's going
on
down,
us.
he's going down. Come in right side now.
I'm stuck on last. I'm done.
I'm looking the point.
Ah, fuck.
Oh my god. Tap.
Go back if you can.
Oh, so
I can't.
hard.
How did you guess?
Oh, so retarded.
That game, please, with about 6 S's and 1 Z, Nox pretty unhappy. 40 seconds left. Epsilon are gonna need the power of Bon Jovi right now to get some kind of cap going and win this in the last second, but I think Reason are a strong enough team to keep this round advantage, Admirable.
Yeah, this is the position they love to play from. I mean, Epsilon have kind of been hoisted by their own petard here, having like sat on that CP4 and not pushed for about 5 or 10 minutes with a 1-0 advantage, a slim margin. They've ended up here looking to lose by the same margin. Reason just gonna pop off Uber on last here. Permzilla knows there's only 7 seconds remaining on the clock. 4, 3, only Mike and Nox remain alive. They're just trying to throw bodies onto the point, but Reason will claim this win by the narrowest of margins. 2-1 here on Process. And wow, what a comeback there. How many minutes were left when they managed to get that?
I wasn't paying too much attention, but it wasn't many. But a very close game. Reason just holding strong mentally. Yeah, they were holding their second most of the time, but when it finally came time to push, they had it in the bag. And then just that second round where they got the point was insane. They just will get off from mid straight to last and just win it. And they ended up winning the map overall as well. I'm not going to say I told you so, Admirable, but I told you so. And there was never a seed of doubt in me at any point of that map. I'd like to say I was with the Reason all the way, and let's all sing it. This season should go to Reason.
I thought, I'm pretty sure I could hear you shaking in your boots there about, 5-10 minutes ago.
You thought wrong.
Okay.
But enough accusing
Okay.
me of being a liar. Let's take a look at the logs because numbers can never lie.
Yeah, up there. I'm going to go for the kills assist to death ratio, see who's playing efficiently here. And up top, it's your boy Hafficool. 18 kills, 9 assists, 6 deaths, giving him a 4.5 kill assist to death ratio. Permzilla is staying alive 3 more times than Nox as well, 4 to 7 there. Put up some nice stats, and Stark as well. So you can see, like, the scouts of Reason, we thought in the pre-game maybe they could be the difference here. Put up some very nice numbers. Lots of frags, minimal deaths. Just abusing the fact that a buffed scout is the most powerful class in the game. They seem to be making it work.
Yeah, definitely. So Stark putting up some pretty good numbers for himself there. 21, 11, and 12 with 6.3k damage. Just solid overall aggressive scout play. And as you said, Huffy with that high KAD protecting his medic of Permzilla, who died less than Nox. So Permzilla confirmed best medic of ETF2L this season. Oh, how the medics have fallen. New legends are rising, I guess, and Permzilla is the medic that every aspiring player should watch their demos of.
The stats are very favourable for Reason overall. Like, looking at the team stats, 3 mids to 1 in favour of Reason. They have 4 extra Uber charges there, courtesy of Permzilla. They get slightly more frags and significantly more damage. So even though it was looking like Epsilon for long periods of the game, Reason were clearly, making good decisions and, delivering the dams, delivering the frags here by the truckload. And if we're trying to single out, someone who needs to step their game up, perhaps for the second map, Shocky down there at the bottom in terms of damage, 128 DPM. I know it was a very slow-paced game, but Numlocked as well only puts out 162, and we did say he doesn't seem to have actually played a serious game at TF2 in 8 days. Perhaps that's being shown here. 8 frags for Numlocked, 11 deaths, compared to kaidus, who's 15 for 11, and put out like another 100 damage per minute on top of what he was doing there.
Yeah, Seb Barton, okay, Numlocked, traditionally an absolute powerhouse of a demo, but I guess the lack of practice just isn't shining through. Although that being said, you can say it's up to Numlocked to step it up, but I still think the fact that they kept it 2-1 when you can say that they have some underperforming players is just remarkable and really speaks of Epsilon's teamwork. Like, the amount of room and pressure they can just exert with some of their players, as the logs say anyway, not really performing up to scratch is just insane.
How does any team lose when they have Mike on their team? That's what I want to know. This guy, even though he's in the losing team, ends up top damaging. He also ends up top dying as well. Dies once more than Zebasai, 23-22 there. But he struggled to find the frags, even though he was putting out the damage. I don't know what to make of this, but when you look at the logs, even though Epsilon were in the lead a long time, Reason definitely seemed to be worthy winners on process. And Max, moving on to map 2 of this ETF2L Season 22, powered by Saloon.tf, a Premiership Week 5 fixture. You would have to be favouring Reason again. Epsilon not really too hot on the old Sunshine, eh?
Yeah, Nox doesn't like it, even to the point where he picked Viaduct against the legendary Froyotech over CP Sunshine RCA, even though Froyotech, it's probably their worst map, so Nox not too confident on it, and I guess Reason aren't too bad. I don't know, I think Sunshine is like the difference maker map this season. Like, no, typically it's Viaduct, but it's like we've played Viaduct for a while and no one wants to play Sunshine just because it's new, and who wants to learn new things? Let's just keep the same boring 7 maps forever.
I mean, the Epsilon strategy this season seems to be, wing it on our past glory. It's our teamwork, our chemistry, but Sunshine is without a doubt the map they have the least experience on collectively. They're going to be definitely less organised than Reason here, so they're going to have to rely on a little bit of good old-fashioned luck and big pallies from their individual players here. But Reason are just so controlled, so focused. It's going to be tricky for Epsilon to kind of drag them down to their level, into the gutter, and make it a real brawl here. But I mean, I think that's their only option, just to try and go full retard, if you pardon the phrase.
Just, yeah, I see what you mean. Try and make the fight as scrappy as possible and just hope that with the power of Mike and Tech, they can just out-DM every situation. I guess that's what you're trying to say with the statement of going full retard.
Exactly. Yeah,
keeping the stream as politically correct as possible.
I totally forgot to mention at the start of the stream as well, guys, that there's another game happening tonight on teamfortress.tv, and that is Full Tilt versus Danger Dogs by TF2Pickup.net. Ryushi and TurboTab's bringing you that one along with Brodogs on the production. That should be still happening right now, unless Full Tilt have just ruled it in record time. But you can, of course, catch the VOD of that later on youtube.com/TeamFortress.tv. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, I'd recommend that you watch the VOD and stick around with your boys Admirable and Max and watch this game, because if anything interesting is going to happen, it's definitely going to be between these two teams on CP Sunshine. A team that a map that both teams don't really know as well might lead to some really scrappy and interesting situations. This might be where the frack clips are born, scouts running in, just getting 3Ks because no one really knows what's going on. Random demo sticky traps causing drops because no one knows what to look for. Soldiers just randomly airshot. It could just be pandemonium. It could be the end of days incarnate in TF2 form on CP Sunshine. Or it could just be a lot of stalemates and be really boring. But let's definitely hope it's the first one tomorrow.
I mean, this is definitely a map where roamers can have a big impact, a lot of nice choke points where you can come in and blindside combos. Mike could have a big game. He'd put up at least decent damage numbers last map if he wasn't really finding frags for his deaths. I'm going to have to put all the weight of expectation onto young Michael Adams here to dig Epsilon out of a hole. It probably doesn't matter, you know, if you think about the story of the season, these teams are just trying to play for a spot in the playoffs. It's going to be top 3 fighting off in that one-day 3-way sometime near the end of November. But of course, they're also practicing for a little offline competition that you know something about. DreamHack Winter. Care to, you know, hype these people up, Max?
Oh yeah, DreamHack Winter is going to be an exciting event on the 27th, I believe it starts, of October. We're going to have 4 teams in the name of Epsilon, Reason, Saints, and if I'm correct, Lego. That should be some pretty amazing games. Lego having even matches with Epsilon and Reason themselves. And Reason and Epsilon, obviously, right now, pretty much going toe-to-toe. I think the odd one out might be Saints, but they have a fairly strong roster with players like AMS and Nation and Herpy and Ontkaya and Smire and a mystery guest, as far as I know. But I think it should be pretty good. But enough of DreamHack Winter, because something is happening right now, and that is this game between Reason and Epsilon Admirable.
Yeah, we're playing Sunshine here. It's not the new spooky Halloween version either, but I want to see what's happening in the middle, so of course I'll go to the kaidus cam. He's always first there. And he's pre-firing a sticky onto Numlocked, gets Barton down to 30 health. So a lot of Epsilon sales here are going to have to go into their demo man. Reason not choosing to take advantage of that initially, just trying to play the high ground. Captain looking to just spam rockets down here from his vantage point on the top right. Now jumps forward, but Mike's trying to contest him. Neither soldier getting much done as Captain ends up being the first victim here on middle. Zebasai going to follow him as well, and Epsilon just sitting back, picking off these Reason players one at a time. Mike's already jumping in ahead, trying to cut off the Reason retreat through Floral there, but he realises he's not going to get anything done. Regroups, and Epsilon yet to lose a single player here as they take control of middle and now the Lighthouse.
Yeah, that was a really great play from them, just sort of letting everyone in Reason come to them and just winning all the fights. And the only solace there in the end is that Reason still have their Uber, but Epsilon have all the position, and you know, it's a fresh start, 28 minutes remaining. They can take as long as they want. As they shown in the last map, they're ready to take as long as they want. Both heavies of Mike and Numlocked playing in the right side, trying to spam out that sniper of Starkey there, pretty much forcing him out. Mike going kind of low. The rest of Epsilon, however, still waiting back on second. Nox and Tech, that is. I think we should have a push going pretty soon right now as Numlocked gets headshot by Stark and Mike going down to Zebasai there. Epsilon still trying to hold their position, as Captain jumps forward. He's going to try and get some damage out of Force or anything. One still down for Epsilon as Tech jumps into Captain, just misses the air shot of Ubers used from both teams right now. Captain going to try and get onto this scout right now, forcing a flash, making the Ubers pretty much even for both teams, although Epsilon are all here ready to crush them as Tech goes down though. Some really nice stickies, but return frags for Epsilon right onto Reason, who are just going to run away straight onto their last tail between their legs, but the fight's still happening with Stark actually getting shocky on his way out, minimal HP. But I think that's going to be the end of it with everyone resetting on to last. Although, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kind of have to call Reason out there for their decisions during that push. Like, they go forward and they have this little Mexican standoff where they stand looking at Epsilon, but they actually had man advantage there. And they allowed Epsilon to hold on to their Uber and essentially give them time to get their spawns in. If they just went straight in there with Captain, traded the Ubers, got out of the way, when the Ubers faded, they still would have had that man advantage and they could have played off that, but they just sat back and gave Epsilon the time to come back into it. Even though they thought they were in a slight advantage situation, it was really just like false economy there. And now Epsilon are looking to push into last year. They're going to lead with Mike. Nox is popping off, trying to chase down after Mike. Does manage to get the flash onto his well soldier. Both soldiers here on the point. Flippy as well. Epsilon unsure if they want to go for frags or the cap point. Now they're starting to just reap these Reason players. Only kaidus remains alive as Epsilon come up with an impressive first round there, but we saw that on the first map and things didn't end well for them there, Max.
Oh yeah, this game's still very young, 27 minutes remaining, anything could happen, although that was a very convincing round if you're an Epsilon fan. Both soldiers at the end, they're just jumping in, doing 1 trillion damage and finishing everyone off while the scouts kept the point. But we're on this new middle right now as most of Epsilon look to be rolling out through choke/cafe. Both teams on the middle and now sort of Epsilon being the more forward players. Both Solis jumping up top onto this sort of pseudo-spire thing, but both soldiers from Reason counter-jumping going all the way behind. So that's Zebo and Captain. Players from Epsilon are pretty weak. They're going to get jumped in choke right now. Captain does about 1 million damage, although it does end up trading in the end there. Zebasai finds a pick onto Flippy during all that, and someone else died on Epsilon. I believe it was Mike. Is Reason going to win this mid-fight?
Yeah, Reason really taking it to Epsilon there. The soldiers doing big work. Epsilon only 3 players up here, thinking about, you know, trying to take this fight, and Zebasai is going to give them the injury pick they were hoping for to push forward here and contest second. Numlocked, Shocky and Epsilon, and Nox moving forward here onto the point and now looking to work their way into middle. It's still, you know, only 4 players in the field here for Reason. Epsilon want to take this fight ASAP, but Reason do have an overcharge, and kaidus knows this. He's calling for Permzilla to come forward. He wants that pop, and kaidus gets the counter pop here from Nox. The spawns have come in for Reason, and they can stay and take this fight. They might just drop back for a second because kaidus is actually going for the back cap, so all Reason need to do is try and throw bodies on the point. kaidus is going to lose that 1v1 with Tech though. Tech with the shotgun sending kaidus to the spawn queue, but Epsilon meanwhile have lost everyone else. So that huge distraction play from the captain / demo man just paying off huge there for Reason Gaming.
Yeah, that was amazing, as Reason are actually going to keep this one going. Zebasai jumping really aggressively in while the rest of his team goes onto the point. Oh my god, a pixel away from being captain, he just jump on it, and that's 1-1. Reason with a really nice push there, as you said, like kaidus just jumping in behind for the distraction, and trusting the rest of his team to clean up, and clean up did they did, like a very experienced janitor working for his life. And ends up getting them the round and the tie-up right now as it's 24 minutes remaining. We're going into the next middle here with Reason and Epsilon. Numlocked posting a quick smiley face into chat just before he goes through that choke area. Both teams sort of taking their starting positions right now. Mike with some really nice spam onto kaidus. Tech up top on the Spire. Mike trying to jump forward and get some damage going, while the Reason soldiers going for this double soldier bomb again, trying to get onto Nox. He just hides away in the choke, but 3 players from Epsilon going down there. So gets a really nice pick onto Mike there, and Flippy going down as well. I think Reason are going to try and keep the aggression going here through Flowers. Admirable.
Starkey is giving chase here. He's going to pistol down Tech, currently on a 4k spree this middle, and he's hungry for more. He's trying to get onto Jean-Louis, but he's going to give him the slip. Nox meets up with his respawning teammates as Stark does the same, but Reason with a significant advantage here. They're going to Uber Stark, and he's in onto Numlocked, trying to get him down. Does eventually get that demo man pick, so the point will be open here, but Nox is just inching closer and closer to getting that overcharge. Reason though, they're going to retreat here, but Nox is under big pressure. Somehow no damage done there by Captain. He was right in on top of him, and they just brushed into a spy here. Zebasai knows the jig is up as he gets gibbed there, and Epsilon just get more free frags, and they're going to be super confident moving forward here as they find the pick onto kaidus in lobby. He was trying to make a huge play there, but Epsilon now in full control, taking back second. They have that Uber charge, and there's no demo man up, so if they push promptly, man, it's free admission to middle here, Max.
Yeah, it does look like that's what I'm gonna be going for, Epsilon rotating into that Flowers area right now. Scout of Flippy already in choke, trying to cause some distraction. Reason are going to be backing out. I guess the Ubers have been counted, and they know Epsilon have it, so they're just going to claim all this ground, and Reason are going to happily back themselves up onto second and wait for some engagement that suits them a lot better. As well as they have Stark on Sniper here, so they can just sort of wait and hope that he gets a pick. I mean, it's still tied right now. There's no real pressure on any team to do anything. Mike in the Flowers area as the rest of his team just sort of choose where they want to push from. Looks like Reason already in position to hold, but Epsilon just sort of buffing up. I think they're going to collect the strats, see what they want to get going Admirable.
Yeah, of course, we do have those team comms, so let's see what Eps here thinking.
We're forwards, we can just go behind them right side.
Okay. Buff you both, Stefan and Mike. Come, buff you. Push it, don't push it.
Absolutely can't.
Yeah. You pushed before. Just back, please. Just back. Heal up. No one check left. Sniper choke. Get him close.
Soldier on the floor.
Only one.
Yeah.
Okay, Ice Lane again. We're gonna Aberration, then you crush the flank, Mike on stuff. So buff,
fine.
take a buff. Wait, I call you when you can go. Take a buff. Let's go. Let's exchange buff from main, I think, the best. Check where is the medic. More
He's on the door.
position.
He's on the door from the spawn.
Okay.
Oh, he's
Jumping
weak.
in and you're following.
He took 100.
Let's go. I use. Exchange buff back.
The
Back, 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 back. Just back up,
I
back
was
up.
take as a joke.
Sniper is aiming Chuck, Sniper aiming Chuck.
I'm back close.
I'm fucked.
Just two. Back out, back out, back out, back out, back out.
Sniper is on coffee, going coffee.
Leave mid.
We're gonna try to
leave
block.
mid.
We're-
No.
No, we're
He's
gonna
spawning
try to block.
3.
Yeah, we're gonna try to play
Sniper's aiming.
aggressive.
Sniper looking at us.
I'm sure.
Take a, no, take a full buff, sorry.
When you be spawning
Let's try
time.
to go far right now.
3.
I'm not with you.
You got it? Go for demo?
I got the spawn.
No.
Something in flower.
Soul jump.
Solid choke, bind us, bind
Back, back,
Take a
everyone
point.
back, everyone.
Nice.
Second solid choke.
All on our
Let's
head.
push on choke. Push
Yeah,
on choke with
buffering,
Mike.
I'm gonna
Mike
jump
open the
in.
push. Mike open the push, go.
They're really close.
Let's go, let's go.
Damage
Mike
stickies,
is in.
damage stickies. Jumping over.
And Sniper's watching Nox.
Can't wake up top.
Sniper.
Step this way. There a choke.
Where's the sniper?
He's on Chuck.
Ouch.
Okay, go.
I've spammed it.
Nice.
We can keep pushing mid. We can keep pushing far left maybe.
Yeah, keep pushing far left. Our Vev's not okay.
I'm in
That's
far left. He's blown.
Man, I know Epsilon are like really interesting to listen to, and but we got to commentate a little bit, right, Max?
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of interesting things happen there from Nox's totally not patronizing way of asking if he has to explain the strats to the team again, and as well as the really nice retake there. Numlocked trying to call maybe not do it, but Nox ultimately being correct in that situation. It was a really nice retake there by Epsilon, and they're back on mid, forcing Reason all the way back to their second, and we're pretty much in the same situation as we started in. Again, I guess Reason are pretty used to being on their second right now, as it is a scout in. Flippy gets a bunch of damage onto Permzilla, going to force him there. Reason still haven't used the root because Nox is all the way back on middle. This is really good for them. Reason going to be forced to do something. They do have 2 picks to go off of as they start going in through that choke area now. Scouts are forward, and Epsilon have just wrapped behind him. Uber used from Nox right now on that second, and Zebasai going to try and stop them, but he's getting some insane damage put onto him right now. Although Reason are starting to reform all around their second, and they're going to try and block him off. Nox really weak in that choke, like 10 HP, finally going to go down to a rocket there from Captain. Only Mike and Tech up for Epsilon. Tech in that choke, Scout's going to be shooting him, eventually going down, and that's going to be the middle for Reason here at Admirable.
The Scouts of Reason coming up. Trump's here, and they're getting that all-important cap time onto middle. In terms of game time though, 19 minutes remaining to be played here on Sunshine map 2. Reason already took 3 points on process, so Epsilon need to try and save some face here. It's 1-1 as Reason come knocking on the door of the Epsilon lighthouse, decked out here in the red colours, but we have Flippy on sniper as well. He's trying to peek from that low roller door, but it's just such a magnet for spam. He has to retreat. Mike going down as well on the flank means that Epsilon don't have many options here to buy time for this huge Uber disadvantage that they're sitting at. So Reason are going to be able to execute here, hopefully. They're coming in from the right hand side. Flippy's looking the right way, but the Uber gets popped off. His headshots won't do anything to Uber players as they move forward. In fact, Captain and Zebasai both go down again, and Permzilla is looking for the exit, but Shocky is there to greet him, and Reason seem to have just come a cropper here. Only Hafficool remains alive on 22 health. He's not going to be able to do much. Flippy managed to shut him down with the scattergun, and it's back to the drawing board for Reason as Epsilon retake control of their lighthouse.
Yeah, I think Reason aren't going to be too content with letting this happen. Captain with a nice double jump in, going to try and get on this block. Get some good damage, backing up to his team for heals now. Sees Flippy, he's going to jump onto him, try and get some damage, but the scout of Starkey does go down, as well as Zebu is still down. It's not going to be good for Reason. They wisely back out there. But one thing I saw during the push was Captain got a really deep bomb, and he got 2 really nice rockets onto, I believe it was Shocky, but it ended up doing more damage to him, and Zebasai died really early, so with no soldiers, just Reason were doomed to lose that push. As Epsilon do be looking like they're coming in through choke right now, Tech trying to airshot both soldiers, but not getting his way. Nox does actually go down to Hafficool, really nice play there, and Reason are just going to have to back out on their choke, being 2 down, but they are close to Uber, so they're going to be able to repush any second now onto Epsilon's play. Mike and Zebasai having this little fight in the flower area, but it looks like Mike's starting to come out on top. Zebo is getting his heals, but I think Epsi are just going to wait a little minute to back out of Reason do push, which it looks like they're going to do from Cafe Admirable.
Yeah, kind of tricky situation there for Reason. Like, they had Uber, but they were down a couple of players. Epsilon could have potentially tried to throw some bodies in and make something happen, but Reason seemed to be waiting for that. But Epsilon's health was poor. They took a little peek and they decided to back out here. But significant advantage for Permzilla. It's going to be Reason looking to execute here, and I'm going to bring us their team comms. Boom.
Going left.
No stickers at choke.
Stickers around the point, I think.
Yeah, they are.
I'm moving. Stickers on point still.
I'm moving right side.
Watch out those sticks.
Just bottom right.
On the right.
Yeah,
Stick left.
loads of damage bottom.
Just get this for free, guys.
Go with the combo.
They'll have
Drink.
it.
They'll have
it
it.
by now. Yeah.
Don't throw this away. I'm just gonna go on first side.
He's got ammo.
You cap.
Yeah.
Suicide.
Buffy.
No time for that.
Hey, ammo kind of bad.
I just took it in lobby.
Who took this ammo by cafe?
I just took it.
Captain me.
Okay, just checking it wasn't
Not
fine.
good. They have a Hunt and Sniper
Remember
on the
to
left.
yeah.
Huntsman Sniper might peek main.
I'm watching top right balcony.
Watching right side. Do we have someone watching bottom?
Yeah, I see it.
Looks like they want to do something.
Spike,
There's
spike,
everyone
spike.
left. No, that was a demo.
Oh, okay.
That was a scout.
So just
Sully's
in from
right.
right side. I'm weak.
I'm going for the
Sully's
force.
behind us on right. Behind the point.
Med used.
They use.
Scud.
I'm gonna
just call out
stay with me,
this.
stay with me. I used.
It's fine.
Just kill
Almost
him.
Kill
completely
them,
stuck
kill them,
in.
kill them. Get the kill
Where's
off
the
that
medic?
Near our
I'm going for
cafe.
mid.
Near our cafe.
Sully's on me at choke.
Get the Sully at choke.
Sully took 200 at choke.
You got
Oh,
it.
stickers
20
in lobby.
HP in.
Nice.
Nice.
We can go lost.
Okay, it's the voice of Reason there when they were suggesting let's go. Last he was like, no, just kill the combo first. Let's do it, guys. So they managed to get those 2 frags. And they're starting to try and move forward here, but Mike and Flippy are the brick wall there, denying that push forward and buying time for Nox to get back on the field. So at least Epsilon have heals here, but Permzilla with a 40% advantage. Epsilon don't want to get involved with these Uber shenanigans, so they're going to push it immediately. They're coming in dry from that roller draw. They've already managed to make it onto the high ground platform there, but they're looking slightly the wrong way as Zebasai gets deep onto Numlocked, but just ends up killing himself with splash damage. And ultimately, Reason coming up with another full push there onto last.
Yeah, and that's going to give Epsilon a 2-player advantage as they push the mid, although they do get some nice spam put onto them, so they're going to try and rotate to Cafe. Reason are there to meet him, but oh no, it's the double juke as Epsilon actually went Flowers in the end. But Reason do have the Ruber right now. Shocky going down and some really good damage going here in Flowers. Hafficool going to be traded as well. Both Ubers used right now, and Reason are going to try and back up and get positions. That way, if Epsilon do commit, which they are, Tech actually really nice rock onto Captain there, knocking him down. But ultimately, it's going to be Reason keeping middle and Epsilon still on second. Although the fight is still happening, and Choke with the players forward, waiting to regroup as they still have the player advantage of Hafficool being down, only a fresh spawner now. Scout of Starkey trying to be in Epsilon's face, although it looks like both teams are finally called their jets and are resetting for a standard push from Reason Admirable.
If you had asked Epsilon would they be happy with 1-1, 13 minutes left on the clock, they'd probably have said yes. This game hasn't run away from them just yet. It's a very close contest. Currently we see Flippy building Uber with that Boston Basher because Nox seems to be where he's slightly behind here. But they're going to buff Mike. And I can imagine it's that classic Nox call. Mike, go in and kill everyone. So they're moving forward here from that right hand side, but there are several Reason players just waiting here to make a play. Starkey and Zebo working the flank right now. Zebo's jumping forward, he's going to be able to get the pick onto Mike, then Shocky back-to-back frags there. A nice flank play from Zebo, and Stark just opening it up for Reason.
Yeah, and to follow it up, kaidus coming in right now with the rest of his team through Flower, raining the damage onto Epsilon. Tech and Nox still in really forward. The Uber going to get forced there by Stark. The only lost 2 players still down for Epsilon as the spawns do come in. Tech does go down to Hafficool, though really nice there. Nox and Numlocked are going to try and get out, I guess. Nox choosing to go under, Numlocked choosing just to die. And Nox actually going to get double dunked there by kaidus. Mike and Shocky the only one up. Nox with the nice, with about 4 E's in chat. And the TF2 clearly not happy about that. With Mike the only one up to stop the Reason pain train coming down. Gonna go down, everyone's gonna be jumping on the point, and this is gonna be 2-2 in Reason Epsilon. Oh, the lead for my boys right now, Admirable. I think your predictions are looking correct. I think you said Reason might win this one.
Wow, Nox is really on tilt right now. Like, I know he always gets mad when he dies, he hates these unlocks, but I mean, he's the guy who signed up to the league here and refuses to practice with his team. You can even hear in the comms here in Sunshine, he's just kind of unhappy with his team. He's getting frustrated. He's treating them like kids. But onto this mid fight, it's going to be Epsilon rolling out with Mike pushing it through. Floral tries to contest Zebasai. gets onto the kit there, but it ends up as a trade, so both roamers down. And it's actually Flippy sniping here, so can he find that all-important frag tech onto Shocky? Flippy finds kaidus, got close range here, and this seems to be working out for Epsilon. Only Permzilla and Hafficool remain alive here. Permzilla is staying forward here, uncharacteristic. Permzilla is staying in a fight. Oh my god, I've seen it all now.
Believing in a scout partner of Hafficool, who just in the face in front of a trillion Epsilon players actually managed to find a pick on tech. Although Flippy with another headshot onto Hafficool there. First kaidus, now Hafficool, pretty much showing a reason, get out of our mid. We've proved that this is definitely our point to hold. Showing his weight in gold right now, Flippy, with two pretty nice shots there. Mike getting a pick onto Zebasai as well. Flippy peeking this cafe area, getting Permzilla. Oh my god, third pick of the round. Flippy, incredible play right now. Kaidus going to try and get some damage, but it looks to be in vain as Epsilon look like they're still going to push this one. Admirable.
Flippy is warmed up. He is red hot right now, and Permzilla should have known better than to show himself in that angle from Cafe. And having survived middle, gives away a late med pick there, and Nox has so much time to play with. There is a potential threat on middle though. Hafficool has killed off Mike. He's deep behind an enemy territory there, but most of Epsilon are just watching forward right now as they take control of Spire. Starkey on Spy gets spotted out there by Shocky. That comes to nothing, but Hafficool is still behind, and he's drawn both Shocky and Mike here back to try and contest him, and they do manage to tag team him, but already Epsilon are pushing ahead here. Nox and Tech, such belief, they're just going to kill off Reason single-handedly. Tech kills off Captain, turns around, finds the frag onto Zebasai. Permzilla nowhere near charge here, and Epsilon are coming up with a strong response, but as I say that, Stark runs out, but what can he do against 4 Epsilon players with decent health? The answer is absolutely nothing. It's 2-2, baby. We do indeed have another game on our hands.
Oh my god, yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better. This is like an early Christmas present right now. Both teams playing pretty well on a map that I'm guessing they're not unfamiliar with anymore. Both teams showing that they know how to play around the flanks now. And really nice Uber there from Epsilon to seal the deal for their last round. But as we get into this middle, Numlocked again from the Flowers area. Mike taking this top left. Both teams sort of waiting to go in. Tech jumping forward. Zebasai does actually go down to Mike there. I kind of missed that as Mike jumping forward. The rest of a Reason backing up through their choke, just sort of accepting that this middle isn't theirs, although they do have that 70% to Epsilon's 50. But Flippy's still on Sniper. He's going to run up this choke to see if he can make anything happen. Takes aim, takes fire, but gets nothing in turn. But oh my god, gets a shot into Hafficool there. My apologies, why did I ever doubt you? And kaidus getting knocked really low, really sky high. And oh my god, getting destroyed by Flippy, sent on a vacation. Jesus, Admirable, take this away.
Oh, this is pretty ridiculous. Reason kind of lagging an answer to Flippy right now. Uber trade coming in here looking favourable for Epsilon, about 30% milk there by Nox, and they're going to continue with it. They're looking to bring in Numlocked and Mike, but both soldiers trying to jump around to work that right hand flank as Numlocked, Flippy and Nox move in from the left. Nice play here from Epsilon. Permzilla going to go down there with the rocket from Mike, and Epsilon, oh man, they're finding some momentum to steamroll. It's a possibility.
Yeah,
8 minutes left of the clock, so many rounds they can still get here.
Yeah, with 2 middles in a row now, with Flippy being that sniper and being an absolute difference maker, this could be the one where Reason has to either put themselves back in the game, or they could just end up losing it slowly but surely.
What's their plan? Can they figure this out?
I see one.
Okay, he's probably sniping choke. Yeah, he's sniping choke. I'm gonna jump over left.
Damage low, damage
Yeah,
so
I'm
low.
jumping right side.
I'm walking under.
Jump over left.
Sorry,
Top
no.
right.
Need someone with me on right.
I'm with you, I'm with you, man.
Lol. Scout,
Medic
sorry,
dead.
Two guys are
Next
really
one,
nice,
left.
Captain.
I'm capping.
Just
One not dice. He's standing around choke.
Solly in,
Sorry,
Solly in.
sorry.
On me.
Nice.
Nice.
Second
Oh,
soldier,
yeah.
come in.
I'm holding really
I made
far.
myself up.
He's
Oh,
still
right,
on
right,
left
right.
side.
No.
No,
Nice.
he's not good.
Nice,
Soldiers
boys.
at choke.
Is he a spawner or?
No, no, no.
First, come.
I don't see
I'm
where
on
he
mid.
went.
I'm on
He might have
mid.
gone cafe. Or flower.
Let's go through
Oh, he
cafe.
is flower. I mean cafe.
Can you stop? Hold on. Nice.
Nice start. Let's go.
Ah, it's 2 for free. I'll be there for last push.
A rare show of passion there from Reason. I'm confused.
Oh, but the passion's gonna be gone as Flippy gets another headshot onto Hafficool. Oh my god. But no, a really nice middle there, focusing targets, following Captain's really nice bomb. This could be the start of the beginning for Reason winning this map. Press 1 in chat if you believe, as they do come in, although Captain loses a fight to Flippy and Mike there. Zebo trading onto Mike. Flippy with a nice headshot onto Zebo's side though, trying to chase him down from low. Oh my god! Just runs out and gets him! Oh my god, Permzilla down! Destroyed by Flippy. Fighting Kaidus under finally goes down to Stuck. But oh my god, I don't even know what's happening. Flippy playing absolutely insane this game. Redefining what sniping in 6 is. Tech gonna take the fight with Haffy. He's gonna get Numlocked. Haffy's still going. Is that the Uber used from Nux as well? And Haffy's still alive, getting the health. Huge plays from him as Stuck draws everyone back into lobby. Great play from Reason right now, Admirable.
Hafficool versus 4. 4 gets 2 frags, forces the Uber, and lives to tell the tale. Big response there to Flippy's sniper shenanigans. It is currently 3-2 in favour of Epsilon, but Reason was being in control of mid right now are 2 players down, and Epsilon are looking to go full force. Hafficool tries to run in to stall out that combo, but is dealt with pretty promptly. Mike jumps forward, catches the retreating Zebasai. Stark's trying to chase down Mike, his nemesis, but Mike is going to be able to sneak in there and pick up that pumpkin pie for Halloween. Captain's been spotted out there in the forward respawn, and Reason around down and now on the back foot. Only 5 minutes 30 seconds remaining on the clock. This could be the end.
Yeah, all the momentum is in Epsilon's favour right now. They're capping this second and they have a decent advantage. If they rush in really quickly and focus down Permzilla, they could definitely make this happen. Or if Stark has anything to say about it, he could just shut it down with a nice shot. If he channels his inner Flippy, it could all be on him, or they could just come in and focus both the medic and sniper. Although, I guess Permzilla does have his Uber now, so that my idea of rushing in quickly is Ripperino. But some players of Epsilon are still pretty far forward, trying to cut off Stark's sniper lines. Mike actually gets in onto him, gets some nice damage. Can he finish him off? Yes, he does. Going really low himself. Might trade? Yes, he does. Hafficool and Kaidus teaming to pick him up, although Epsilon is still keeping their forward positions in this lobby here, Admirable.
Kaidus with the span there as well from their blind side, as they're all looking right on that attacking perspective. Kaidus also has stickies on the roller door, picks up the frag onto Flippy, but Reason currently still just Zebasai down. He's about to get back on the field. They will have 6 up, and they're kind of looking to move forward here. They know Flippy's down. They can almost expect that he's going to respawn as sniper or some off class. Yeah, it's going to be sniper, but meanwhile Nox playing pretty defensively here from the low ground. Zebasai on spy is going to work his way forward. He's coming. He sees Nox now. He's going all the way to choke. He wants to make sure he's out of earshot here before he decloaks. And now here comes the Zebasai attempt. He's working his way forward. He's going to pick up that ammo.
I think Tech looked right at him, and they might actually know, but he is on the second right now. He's trying to get into position to find anything. Gets onto Nox and whiffs. He's going to start shooting, but he's going to get taken down really low, and eventually does die. No spy plays. Thank our throats, because we don't have to scream about anything else. Flippy's pretty much drained me with his amazing shots, as Epsi should be getting ready to go into last right now. They are a player down, Reason that is. Tech gonna take the Uber in from the bottom side right now, gets straight onto Kaidus, gets some nice damage on him. Uber forced from Permzilla. Hafficool, the only one in the respawn queue right now. Looks like Epsilon are just gonna back out after the force and gonna come top right, I guess. Headshots abound, I hear from Flippy. Tech misses a nice rocket, but Captain does go down in the end. 2 down. I think Epsilon are going to keep this push going. Tech gets some huge damage, and Reason are being pushed into their corner right now. Flippy, nice headshot into Zebasai there. Can Reason do the miracle hold? Stark on the point, sees Numlocked, 1 shot, 2 shot, gets him down, 3 down for Epsilon. I think Reason have actually managed to hold this.
Flippy was just chilling there, totally committed to the middle, popping off shots, but didn't find any more heroics after having killed off Zebasai. But Reason able to move forward now. 3 minutes remaining, and they still have to get that round on the board if they want to tie things up. I think I'm going to have to hear what the plan is for Reason. Spam your resident sleepers in chat. It's time for Reason comms.
That's what I'm saying. Source on the top.
On the
6.
Pick it up, that was on the left, we got that way.
Split choke.
Emma's dead.
Stack cafe still, Dark cafe.
Please, 150 behind us.
I'm back up.
That's not too.
Can anyone control that back? Haffy?
He's on me now, Jake.
I'm behind them.
Push me.
Push back in.
Need a
Push
flash,
back in.
need a flash,
I'm
hello?
behind them. Talk to me.
Nice one,
What's going
Stack
on?
cafe.
They use now.
I'm a choke.
I'm gonna die.
How did I miss?
Alive? What the fuck?
I'm out of choke.
Flow's gonna come.
Demo and scout on their second.
Go back in.
Yeah, I guess we should try
Just
it.
lost one.
Okay, I'll jump in choke. Create space.
Looking
No,
after you.
Man took 100 down.
Nice.
Place.
Flow's behind you.
Two
Snipe
to
it,
one,
choke.
Deck took 190. Your mate isn't the field.
Mike was in floors.
Demo
Let's
went
get
Demo
this
win.
and go.
Demo went
20
coffee.
10.
Mike's rape. Oh, he's low.
Nice.
Just walking from cafe.
I'm bottom left.
Walking from
Chop.
cafe.
They're
Any
pushing.
heals?
75.
I'm spawning 2.
Move your choke now.
80.
Well, they're not watching.
I spawned
Snipe
We
it,
got 3 in
fuck.
cafe.
I jump sniper.
Where do you want to
Okay.
Oh, I fucking hell, I hate Flippy so much.
What's happening?
go? I can't get in choke.
Going for sniper. I'm
Flippy
in.
is there,
He's
Captain's on him.
back. Sticks
Yeah,
on
we should
point.
go-
It's not aiming now. You can walk in.
We have full advantage.
Someone goes
Medic
to Perm.
go.
Perm's on our hut.
Okay,
Not
coming
stack
floor
of
now. Blue jump to you. 100
Sorry,
down.
dead.
We
Nice.
should go into them. I'm down.
Let's get some frags with it, our respawns come in.
Sniper cafe.
Soldier me on point. Guys.
Oh. I didn't see him yet before you
Where
got
are we? Where are we?
I'm choked, I'm choked.
Just run out.
Wow. No love lost between kaidus and Flippy.
Yeah. Jumps in just to no avail. Oh god, I hate Flippy, I believe the quote was. Things not really going Kaidus' way, or really his team's way, as it's still 3-2. Only 40 seconds remaining. If Reason are going to do anything, they're going to have to do it now. They're pretty aggressive, and the choke captain is down, but miracles need to happen. Kaidus jumps in all the way really deep, gets a nice sticky onto Mike. Looks like Epsilon are going to be back through the flowers, get some really good damage onto them. Flippy's going to go down. Zebasai still in onto Numlocked, who are going to get piped himself, and that's 3 down for Reason with only 2 for Epsilon. This is looking much better for them. As they have the Uber as well, the Reason are going to have to go for the Force right now. They do get it. Permzilla's trying to Uber players to just surf through choke only to die. I think this should just be Epsilon's game from here. They'll probably clean up, and that'll be that. Admirable.
Yeah, man. Banny hates idiots, but kaidus hates Flippy. And that's going to be 3-2 to Epsilon. And, you know, as you might have expected, a game between the top 2 ends up as a tie overall, 3-3 in terms of league points. And we'll take a look at the logs, but hang around if you want to hear interviews as well, because we do in fact have both teams in Mumble. That's how we get the comms.
Before they get in here, Admirable, on your prediction, who is going to be the saltiest team of the 2?
I don't know, it's... Well, probably would have expected it to be Nox, you know, Salty Gamer. All that chat spam. I would look to issue some penalty points against Nox for his message mode 1 chat, but we'll take a look at the logs real quick. There's no salt stats here. Maybe F2 and Anakin can work on that.
That would be an excellent plugin for TF2.
But we'll take a look at damage this time. Kaidus is up top there, just a hair's breadth ahead of Mike. 296 plays 295 damage per minute. Again, Numlocked kind of off the pace in terms of damage, but it didn't seem to matter this time. Going to frags then. Flippy, as you might have expected, up top with 29 frags, 13 headshots, hello, and only 13 deaths there, so he seemed to be getting a lot of free reign at various phases of the game. His sniper stats, if you look at them individually, 14 frags for 3 assists and 5 deaths. But
yeah, Zebasai going 12-28, not really getting much room for his team there, but I guess it's kind of hard when you have a sniper like Flippy just absolutely doing whatever he wants, walking out at any point, choosing a player and pretty much killing them is how a game seemed to go at certain points. Flippy playing absolutely amazing, especially with Mike going 24-22, doing 8.7k damage, making a lot of room for his team, and probably therefore Flippy as well by extension of that. The rest of Reason have pretty average stats. Captain going 10 for 18, Stark 21 for 19, Hafficool 23 for 15. The standout player really was kaidus. He was doing a lot, but it just looks like it wasn't enough.
yeah, the Epsilon Soldiers had a big game as well, like a lot of deaths, I guess, but considering Mike was like, what, the negative stats last map, he comes up with 24 frags and 22 deaths this time, doing so much work, and Tech as well was pretty beastly, tops the air shots with 8, 20 frags, 11 assists and 14 deaths there. So I'm glad they managed to show up and make it an interesting contest. How did the Epsilon Scouts do this time? Yeah, they showed up a little bit, but still the reason Scouts kind of edging them out in terms of stats, but they couldn't convert it into a win. I guess one of the main differences between this and Process was that it was equal in terms of the mid fights. 3-3 there. The stats favouring Epsilon as well. The team stat, more frags, slightly more damage, and an extra Uber charge there, but 2 drops coming in against Permzilla as well. And that would have actually put them in the Uber charge lead if he'd managed to pump those out. But that's the flippy threat, I guess.
Yeah, Permzilla even taking 6k less damage than Nox, but both of them still die as many times as each other. Permzilla probably dying a little too many times when he's getting bombed. I don't know if that's personally on him or if his team just isn't doing a good enough job of protecting him, Hafficool. As we are joined by Mikey AAA and Seb Barton right now for some post-game interviews. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Alright.
Yeah, man. How you doing? Feeling good off your free result?
No.
Do you expect much better?
It's fine. I don't know what I expected. Like, we lost the full tilt on Process in our warm-up, so I didn't... I think it's okay in the end, but... I mean, we were in control for, like, most of the Process, and then kind of how that happened, but...
Did any of you happen to eat some spaghetti earlier today? Because you definitely dropped it on Process.
Oh, I don't know what that was like. It was a combination of us, for whatever reason, not pushing properly on the last, like always waiting for like player trades rather than just going for Uber trades, and then Nox deciding not to Uber at certain points, like choke points when we should have.
Yeah, we picked up on that. I noticed it seemed like you had your second pretty much on lockdown, and every time you're trying for a last, you pretty much ended up trading players, but you never traded Ubers, and both teams ended up holding it for about 1 trillion minutes at one point. It was absolutely insane. The stalemate was really long, but it was ultimately a close and enjoyable game to watch as a spectator, I feel.
Yeah, like you were playing that dangerous game with your 1-0 lead, just sitting there on the spire back on Process, and you end up losing by 1 round. Do you feel like you made the wrong decision there to just sit back and wait and wait?
Yeah, we should have gone for Uber trades rather than player trades. I don't know what we were thinking. I think me and Nox don't know how to play TF2 anymore, so we're just kind of headless chickens, not really knowing what to call.
I've been calling you out, Seb Barton, because I looked at your logs page pre-game and you hadn't actually played since your official 8 days ago. Do Epsilon even care? That's the question.
I'm just playing because I love TF2. Like,
and because you don't have Overwatch access yet.
No, if we had Overwatch, we'd still be finishing the season. But
sure.
Yeah.
Playing even less than you are now if you had Overwatch. Even
how much
is that possible?
How much did this game mean to you then? Like, you know, you're playing off against your main rival. Did you practice at all in the last 7 days?
No. I've mostly played League of Legends the last 7 days.
So do you reckon this is a good result then, Mike Adams?
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably wanted to play yesterday, but actually Shocky had an official with his high team, and that's...
Our feeling was that, you know, Sunshine would be your least favoured map, but you actually ended up winning it. Was that accurate? Do you guys prefer Process over Sunshine, or do you hate both maps equally?
Oh my god, we hate Process.
We hate both of them.
I don't mind Sunshine in general, like it plays easier than Process.
That was the first time I played the new one as well, and I had no fucking idea
what
I was doing.
We were 15 minutes late for our PCW because Seb doesn't have the map. And then we had to play an old version, which had a different rollout, and then we switched to the new one, and Seb can't do the rollout, and it's...
Like, I don't know if you saw my first rollout on Sunshine, but I ran into every wall. It was so bad, because I was caught off by the stairs at the start.
It's
just tilted me from there.
It's a tricky rollout indeed, but I don't know, I think you pulled your weight enough, seeing as you tied a 3-3. But that's enough of you Epsilon boys, because we had another team in that game. We had a reason. Hafficool, can you give me some of your thoughts on how that went down?
Flippy. On Sunshine. I don't know. Just so slow and boring, both games.
I found it pretty amazing. My throat found it pretty painful. Flippy was playing amazing. Just walked out and headshotted everyone. He got you a couple times. I'm sure you must have been pretty happy behind your mic.
Yeah.
You did win process though. You managed to keep your head in it, which is really impressive considering you spent like 99% of the game holding your own second, but eventually through the battle of attrition you did win it. I can't remember what the final score was because I'm crazy. Thank you. It was very close indeed. I do remember that. And you managed to just pull it back. It was really a solid play. I think both maps were enjoyable, but you don't sound too happy. I think you were expecting a lot better. Is that correct?
I don't know. I knew it would be a close game, but I thought we would win both maps. We kind of threw Sunshine, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the story of Sunshine was that after about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, you guys were 2-1 up, then bam, Flippy starts sniping. You couldn't just find the answer in time, it seems like. Have you not played against the sniper in Sunshine in practice?
Pretty much haven't practiced Sunshine other than like once or twice, and that was against like kind of teams that don't run sniper much and aren't really good enough to run a sniper, even if they did.
What is the solution? Like, if you aren't going to run your own sniper, is it just like go casino, hope you can manage to get in without getting a headshot?
Did you ask me? Or
anyone who's got an opinion.
Well,
go for it, Mike.
The sniper's not that bad if you're winning, but when you're losing and have to push mid with the sniper setup, it's really difficult. It's like the only part where it's really difficult when you're trying to push mid, because there's nowhere you can like go or get behind or anything like that. You just kind of have to walk in and jump people across a huge vast space, or walk at the sniper and hope he doesn't headshot all of you, and it's like Flippy we're playing against. But it's not that big a deal when you're winning though. But as soon as the sniper came out, we stopped winning. So it was just like, he got the one spree, won them the round, and then we were kind of bad from there on.
We did catch a beautiful moment where you did jump through a long open space.
I don't know what I was thinking. I don't really play this map much. I thought I could get there faster than I did, and then I was like mid-air, and I'm just like, what have I done? I'm like, I'm never going to make it like fast enough for him to not react and just body shot me. I don't know what the hell I was thinking then.
I think your immediate response was to say, I hate Flippy.
Yeah, I just hated my own decision making there. Though it was a really bad idea. I was just a bit like, there was like an advantage we had, and I felt like it was going to take too long to coordinate anything to use it, so I just tried it, and it was a really, really bad idea.
Mike, do you want to help these guys out and tell them how to counter Flippy?
I honestly don't know anymore. Like, I don't know how to play, really. If they had run a sniper, we probably would have been screwed. So... or maybe it would have just come down to who outsnipes who, like, kind of on process, but...
Mike, were you paying attention that game? Because Stark was sniping quite a fair amount on both maps.
Evidently not. I don't remember sniping.
TF2's finest at work here. Just, it's alright. You did your job. That's good enough, right?
I don't know if you got it on stream, but like Nox started raging so hard on Sunshine, and after that the comms, I don't know what happened, but the comms kind of reset, and then Nox just kind of went into like this, I don't know, this mode, this carefree sort of lullaby mode, and he just like started laughing at shit, like not giving any fucks, and then like when Flippy dropped Permzilla, I think that's when we started just fun, and then we ended up winning as well on Sunshine, but we were pretty mad after process, like how we just turned around like that. Not mad, we were just like, it felt weird just how it happened. It like just slipped from our hands just like that.
Should we test Flippy for some Adderall? Because he was playing amazing. Is that real? Do we need to send Flippy on a vacation? Do you know something that we don't, Mike? Is he legit? Now's your time to admit it before you.
I don't know. I mean, lots of people are saying like, "Oh, Epsilon taking." We could see why, I think, and also that he's a very solid scout, despite what people say.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Best sniper, and he's French, so makes sense.
Shoutouts to France.
Talk to me a little bit about your performance then, Mike. On process, you ended up with 11 kills and 23 deaths, but you came up came out as a new man on Sunshine. What was going wrong for you on process?
Feels like with Stefan, I don't know. At times he'll be with me, and then when I need him, he'll just be with the combo. Like they usually play as 5, and it's just really weird. Like he'll be right behind me, I'll go aggressive, and then Zebazai and Stark are there, and they're both like kind of tagged, but then Stefan's like nowhere to be seen. That would happen time, and like I was like before this game I'm going to try and call more for Stefan to be with me, but if I turn around and see him already with me, then I just assume he's going to help me out, but then run away. I was alone a lot on process, I think, and it wasn't entirely my fault.
I think another problem as well is that whenever Mike went for those bombs, like as a combo, we were playing so safe. Like we weren't even spamming to help him the majority of the time.
There was one time we were holding second, and I saw on Seb's screen that he could see people pushing top lobby, and Seb just kind of looked at them. And then the spam, that's all. The soldier just walked in the bottom and jumped. And then only when he was halfway to the air, that's when Seb was like, oh, I should start shooting my post. And yeah, we just, like, whenever I was jumping, there was no help as well. So we could have got more picks, I think, if my team, like, more forward. But they all was scared, like, they wanted to play so passive, and it was okay, but I should have just, I don't know, I should have just gone direct hit and like stayed at the back or something. Pointless.
It's like it's almost like you guys need to practice.
Almost.
It's not quite there just yet.
Maybe someday before the end of the season you'll play a PCW. Maybe you know that's Sunday of the playoffs. I don't know what the format's going to be actually. But let's talk a little bit to kaidus here. We have Zebazai stepping in for Ryzen. I understand it's because Zebo's going to be playing at DreamHack Winter. How are you finding being reunited with Sebastian, the other Sebastian?
Yeah, it's fun. He plays pretty different, but yeah, they're both good. They play pretty different, but it's fun. It made sense to play with the one that was going to go to LAN because it's like the only really thing to look forward to at the moment in TF2. The season's turning out kind of interesting, but like in a kind of weird way. A lot of teams aren't like, I don't know, it's a weird situation in Europe because normally we don't have a LAN after a season. It's just a summer one. So now it's kind of like, it's taken the excitement out of ETF2L a bit because whatever happens in ETF2L, normally it's like, that's all you're going to do for the next like 3 months. You're going to like either win that title or not win that title. So it kind of means, even if it doesn't really mean anything, it means a bit more because there's nothing else to win for like 3 months after that. But since it's like a LAN literally the week after, it's kind of taken the precedent.
Goddamn that sideshow guy putting together a LAN event. But so let me ask a more pointed question then. If Rising had been playing, would you have taken more points today?
I don't know, maybe not. Like Rising, the one time we played Sunshine with Rising, he said it was like his first time playing it. So we only played it like twice since then. So I doubt he would have made much difference because he just doesn't know the map that well. It's like, I don't know, I don't feel like any of us really know Sunshine that well. In like the old versions of Reason, it was kind of always a map we vetoed, and I think it will stay like that. I don't really like the map, and since in any like meaningful competition you can veto one, might as well just veto the one you don't enjoy, so you don't have to like waste time practicing something that's not fun.
I'm gonna let you off with that interrogation. People are prodding me here to ask Permzilla some questions, particularly regarding the playoffs. There was some minor debate on some TFTV event thread or something, some or other. Permzilla, has there been any changes to the format of the playoffs this season, or will it just be the top three as before, playing on one evening?
It'll be the top three again. Like you can't like just suddenly increase the number of teams.
You can, man. You're the head admin.
Mid-season, you know, like this fourth team looks pretty good. Let's let them in, or 6 teams. Why not? You know, all the teams are good. It'll be the same. We might change it next season. You never know. We'll review the system and stuff because it does have problems, but every system has problems, I think.
Being an ETF2L admin is just your hobby, though. Your real job is playing medic here for Reason Gaming. I'll have to bash on your decision making, Permzilla. You should listen back to the VODs. Do you had a few moments, you know, where your teammates were dying around you and you were sitting there with a full Uber, didn't want to pop? How well are you adjusting to these high pressure, you know, big games in the Prem as medic?
Don't know. I'm not choking as much as I thought I might be, so I guess that's something. But I've got to get used to it. Like all these players that I'm playing with are used to playing big games, and I'm used to sandbagging in Div 2 and stuff. So it'll take time, but I think like it's going okay. Still some room for improvement, obviously, and hopefully I'll get there. But
Do you feel the pressure?
Not really. Like it's hard sometimes when I'm looking at the players around me, and I'm thinking like, what am I doing here? That sort of thing. But it's fun.
Can I just interject for a second and ask if you're on a boat? Because I can hear some rocking from your microphone.
Oh, that's my chair.
Oh, okay. You're not on
It's really squeaky.
You're not on the seven seas right now, playing with that stabby connection. You could blame your drops on that if you wanted to.
Yeah, potentially.
The legendary Perm chair. So
Perm
Perm,
dropped
like,
twice.
It's to snipers, you got to take that into account.
Not really.
Drops to snipers aren't as bad as drops to.
Would you not die to those snipers, Hafficool?
Well, I'm not the medic.
Yo, if you were to play medic for a reason in this hypothetical universe where you're beta enough to do that,
Then I wouldn't pick the sniper to force him out.
are you calling out Permzilla right now? Is that what's happening? Defend your ground, Perm. Let the team rot from the inside.
No, Happy knows.
Huffy knows everything. He's the game sense master from Iceland. Having some nice moments yourself as well, Huffy. Sort of running in and beasting on players. Did you get anything you would put in a frag movie? Anything you're proud of that game? The game of the season, as it was titled beforehand.
One time, yeah, one play on Sunshine I could put in a frag movie.
Nice. What are you going to call it? Is it going to be as good as any of your Call of Duty frag movies? Which I recommend everyone goes to find. Someone could link it in Twitch chat, that'd be great.
Yeah, I usually watch them. They're pretty good.
I think you should be proud of your performance, Permzilla. We were saying in the pre-game, actually checking out the stats, that you're matching Nox for the numbers, and again across both maps, it was pretty close. I think a draw has been a fair result tonight, guys. With the top two teams playing, the betting maybe suggested that the fans thought Reason were going to win, but a tie is
Get
how
fucked,
it has.
Reason fan game.
Is how it has ended. Without further ado, let's wrap things up. Let's give some shout outs here. Hafficool.
I just like to say, fuck Hafficool, that will be playing the rest of the season with Epsilon and
what?
Nox.
You're breaking up, man. Or you were for me anyway.
Done.
Repeat yourself.
Bull will be finishing the season with this and probably DreamHack since Nox is done.
He's done.
Yeah, apparently. For the fourth time.
What? Did he?
Wait,
Did he just decide that today?
Why would he do
Oh,
that?
just now I was talking to him on Steam.
Just now. Watch access.
Fucking hell.
Well, that wasn't
Is it
such a bad game.
because he got double dunked? Is he still mad?
He's unhappy with the unlocks. So stupid, so lucky.
But
Nah, I'm gonna talk to Nox. That's not happening. That is not happening.
Oh, no, Bull's already in. I talked to Flippy and everything, Seb.
What the fuck?
I don't know,
I'm the new leader now.
your team's staying just as French as it normally was. It's not that much of a difference.
It's not
Okay.
AIDS though.
This is interesting.
A veritable shit show.
Kaidus is rubbing his hands with glee.
If Nox does leave for real this time, do you think he'll ever write that TF2 Bible he was talking about?
One of these days.
Because like, Perm, can you fucking strip him of his award, please?
I didn't even give him the award. That was completely down to Sonny.
Anyway, Hafficool, your shout outs, please.
Mundi.
Kaidus.
Shout out to Nox.
Mike Adams.
I was going to do shout out to Nox, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, it's not reserved. You can still do it.
I'll leave it.
Numlocked.
Shout out to the Blizzard Overwatch team for giving us our beta access on the first day. That was
You
really
got
cool of them.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, go ahead, Numlocked.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna give my shout out to Nox, then Kaidus stole it. I was gonna give my shout out to Overwatch, and then Mike stole it. So I'm just not gonna shout out.
Shout outs to League of Legends.
No one wants to hear that.
Shout out to Turkey.
Yep. Thank God I'm not there.
Permzilla.
Shout out to Rising.
Max.
I'd like to give a shout out to Gink and his rice farmers. That's my mid team.
Jesus Christ.
Delightful. I'll shout out the sideshow, the hardest working man in TF2. Putting on DreamHack Winter for you guys. Keep an eye on teamfortress.tv for all the latest news, the schedule as well. We'll be putting up those week 6 games, I guess, as soon as Permzilla puts out the default dates. But that is the end of week 5. You can catch the VODs from the other game tonight on youtube.com/teamfortress.tv. And I think there might be a ESEA game. Oh, not tonight, in fact. Or it is tonight, yeah. And let me refresh this page. 3 hours time. There's going to be 2 games. Fruitech versus Get Well Fan Club, and then Fruitech versus Meat Market. So back-to-back Froyo games. Check that out later. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And, go watch some Overwatch streams. Get your fill, and then come back to TF2. We still love you.